All right, we're live on Hangouts. Just waiting for YouTube to catch up with me. Come on. There she goes. All right. Welcome live from the crossroads of America to Rick's Life as I See It, a 1-hour talk show about guns, politics, or anything else that crosses my mind. Also answer questions from you, the audience. Just put it in the chat and we'll get to it, or send me an email at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. I've also got
I thought we dropped that 1 hour thing on Saturday.
Oh, did I say 1 hour?
Yes.
So I got it pre-written up here, and I glance off it when I'm saying it. So I apologize. Rick's Life as I See It, a talk show about guns, politics, and anything that crosses my mind. How's that? Is that better?
Much better. Thank you.
Okay. So I have T-shirts and coffee mugs and travel mugs at Spreadshirt.com. Just type in Rick's Life or Spotted Rick, and my stuff should come up. Got a Patreon page. So that's all that advertising about myself there. We're introduced to panel. Man, it's a slow day today. Where is everybody? I ain't got one person in chat yet on YouTube. Man, that's
frozen.
What?
Frozen.
Yeah. So let me see. I refreshed my page. The only person on there is the guy on the panel, the Kingpin. So anyway, we got a couple of people. We got Raphael on Gun Channel, as far as I can tell. So it's a slow day. So we'll be talking amongst ourselves by the sounds of it. So that's all right. I've had shows like this before, so that's okay. But anyway, we got Blind Shooter. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Rick. How about yourself?
Okay, not too bad. Then we got David, the Kingpin Bowling.
Hey, Rick, how's it going? Thanks for having me, brother.
No problem. Then we got the one and only Tony.
Hey, Rick. Thanks for the invite, and I'll hang around here as long as I can. Try to get back before you close.
Okay. All right. Oh, we got unknown users showing up on YouTube. So it's going to be slow. It's going to be a slow day. Hopefully other people will show up on the panel too. So I think I will. I'll see. Wait till we get a few more people in before I go to my main topic. But here's another one for you. Is the Supreme Court? There's the Patriot. How you doing?
Doing great, thanks.
Okay. The Supreme Court, that case they picked up out of New York.
God bless them.
Do what?
God bless the Supreme Court.
Yeah. Well, to me it seems like the easiest one that won't cause too much friction than the rest of them that they picked up, because from what I can read of it, unless I misunderstood it, what it is, people who have guns permits, I think, inside of New York City cannot carry their guns outside of the city.
That's correct.
And all this will do, if it gets knocked down by the Supreme Court saying that's unconstitutional, all it's going to do is reaffirm that the right, to carry outside the home for self-defense outside the home.
Now, wait a minute. Now, what they may do is say that the state or city or government has no right to tell you where you can carry or where you can transport your firearm.
True. That's what we hope for. But at the minimum, all it would do is reaffirm that we can carry a gun for self-defense outside the home.
Right, and that's what the big thing was. Like, right now, you get the one or two unfortunate people that get stopped by the police for whatever reason here in New York City. And when the officer realizes they have a gun in the car because they admit to it, all the driver says is, well, yeah, I'm coming from my home going to a range. And the cop pretty much can't do anything about that. So basically what the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association, who brought the lawsuit to the Supreme Court, is saying that, what's the point in having this law if the cops can't enforce it? So, might as well just drop it and let us carry where we want to.
Yeah, but you have to have you have to have a gun permit though, right? To carry.
Yes. Yeah. Well, they don't issue carry permits in New York State whatsoever. What we have is called a residency premise permit, and that basically just allows you to conceal carry the gun in your home or the address that's on the permit. And then if you're going to a range or a gunsmith, it has to be unloaded, trigger lock, separate from ammo, in a secure range bag or lockbox.
Okay.
But you could probably tell me whether I'm right or wrong, Blind Shooter, but I would imagine that all this would be is just them having to go back and rewrite the law so they can get it done in different words.
Yeah, pretty much that's all it is. Like, they'd have to rewrite it. But if you look at the law itself, what they're quoting saying, they want New York City residents to be able to bring their gun anywhere they want to, and that crossing a bridge from New York City shouldn't make them felons just by doing it. In the writing, it never says where that bridge leads to. So who's to say, okay, a New York City resident crossed the bridge into another state? That's the loophole.
Nah, hey, Midnight Range.
This may, in the end, be a boon for people who have to travel through Jersey.
That's what they're hoping too.
Yeah, because Jersey is because they don't recognize the federal law that you can carry across their state.
Well, Jersey has its own case pending in the Supreme Court too. They already got their docket number.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
On the same principle.
I don't know. Theirs is a right to carry case.
Okay.
In New Jersey, they issue concealed carry licenses, but they only offer them post-mortem. So you pretty much have to die before they'll issue it to you.
Yeah. So, I don't know. What's your take on it, Patriot? Do you think it's gonna when they come down with the what's the word for it? If
my big thing is
decision, yeah.
My big thing is, they've accepted this or whatever. It's still going to be what, a year at least before they even hear it.
I think it's October.
It's not something. Yeah, I don't see it happening until for a good while. Just even if they put it in their docket or whatever they call it, in their queue. They got a lot of movies on Netflix to watch before, I think. So I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I mean, it's great that they're accepting this, but I foresee there's going to be a change in the people that are sitting on the bench, prior to this even becoming, to fruition or whatever. I might be wrong. I don't know. I mean, they could fast track it, but as far as I see, you're going to get Ginsburg and somebody else in that spot before it even comes. Maybe, I don't know. They might push it through. I mean, the
time frame is for it to
semantics.
The time for it to be go in for oral arguments, whatever they call it, is October at the earliest.
Yeah. So I mean, it's good that they're doing something, and it might, we still got to push for anything and everything.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know much about it. I've got a couple of emails and stuff about a lot smarter people than me looking at it. I was trying to look it up, but I'm too late. I'm being lazy this Saturday.
At this point, we shouldn't have split decision. It should be a bigger majority.
Yeah, everybody says that, but I don't know. Until we actually have a Second Amendment issue on the back, that they're looking at, I'm not going to go either way, which way it's going to fall, because there's a lot, you've got
Yeah.
two guys that are supposedly,
Or
on our
wishy-washy.
side, but they haven't voted on it yet. And I
Yeah.
don't count my chickens, even if Gary's in the audience, I don't count them before they hatch. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, I mean, we've already seen that, with
Absolutely.
Kavanaugh voting, with against, supposedly what he believes because of precedent and stuff.
Yeah. and
So
of course,
I don't count anything until they actually do it. I mean, we can be hopeful, that's great, but
and the other one's
I don't
Robert.
see him doing it. I'm sorry?
And the other one, Roberts, who's a wishy-washy too.
Well, it's, we got two, Kavanaugh and Gorsuch.
Yeah.
They're the two new ones, and they've never voted, as far as I know,
Anyway.
on the Supreme Court on anything that Second Amendment. So until
I
they
don't-
do, and they come on record, and Kavanaugh does his precedents and all this kind of stuff that he seems to follow more than I don't know. I mean, it might just be me today. I might have woke up on the wrong side of the cage.
Well, I think you did.
So I was just trying to get my words in before Tony got me today. So
Me? What I did?
yeah, you fell asleep last time. Don't you remember? You were snoring and we had to mute you because you passed out. You don't remember?
He's talking
No,
about
I don't.
Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were 10 minutes into the show and you started snoring, so we had to mute you.
Yeah. Squib. Yeah.
I probably wasn't snoring. I was probably barfing.
Yeah.
We're just kidding.
Yeah. But I mean, besides the Supreme Court, I mean, I was talking to Tony before we went live here, before you guys joined us. Illinois going for a registration on assault weapons. It's in there, Bill 107.
Oh, that thing is crazy.
Yeah.
Is that the SB 507 or something?
Yeah, it's 107 or 507. Yeah, that it's
That's
it is crazy. That one, I mean, if that one, but being a Democratic government there, it could pass. Then that would definitely be another court case to make its way up to.
Does that also include the no more than 20 rounds per month that you can buy?
Well, no, isn't that on Oregon?
That's not here. That's Oregon.
That's Oregon.
Oh, okay. Because I know that I heard that, but I thought it was added to that one in Illinois. I could be wrong.
Not that
I
I
know
saw.
that's that.
You never can tell about these stupid asses.
Yeah.
Something about adding, anything over 5 rounds, if it can accept anything over 5 rounds as a magazine. I don't know. I got to read it. So I'm going to stop talking because I don't know what I'm talking about today.
Okay. And Tony was also saying there's another one they're trying to sneak in there, is to get the FOID card that they want you to hand over your social media stuff.
Oh,
that sounds like New York. Jeez, I
does.
wonder where they got that idea from.
Yes, I mean, it sounds like Illinois is becoming a commie state.
I guess it's time for us to do alter ego, opposite social media, so we have something extra just to give to them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
My social media doesn't really have anything to speak of on it.
Yeah. Now you're foiled. Is that what they call it? Foiled or whatever they call it? Card.
Void.
Void. Is it permanent, or do you have to renew it?
I have to renew it every 10 years.
Every 10?
Yeah.
Okay. So if that one passes, when yours needs renewing, you got to hand over your passwords, huh? That sucks. I don't think I would. I think I would be denied. Oh well. Okay, Patrick's joined us over there on Gun Channels. It's good to see you, Patrick. With Raphael over there. Vanessa's joined us on YouTube. I'm just going through here, see who else. Midnight Range, Unknown User, a couple that have joined in. But my main topic, and maybe I'm wrong, but I'm sorry, but goddamn President Trump caved in yesterday.
Thank you. Someone else agrees with me.
That's a cave in. I don't care how you want to dress it and dice it and slice it. He caved in to him.
All right, I got to bail, guys. I'll catch you later. You guys
Okay.
take care if you're
See you in a
still here
while.
when I get back.
Yeah.
Good day.
I feel he caved into him for the simple reason this is what the Democrats wanted. Pass this bill without any funding for the wall, and that's exactly what they got. And he says, I mean, the only way I would have called it a win is if he used the national emergency thing and passed the bill to get the government back going again. You know? So it's a loss. I don't care what you're saying. He bailed on us just like he did on the bump stocks.
Well, I'll go ahead and throw out the 24D chest idea. And let's say, he opened the government, and in 3 weeks when they close the government again, he can say, look, everybody, I capitulated all these look at all these offers that I made. I went down from $5 billion to $800,000 to let's just give me nothing and let people get paid. I wanted people to get paid and just try to blame it on the Democrats when he has to shut it down again.
No,
Well, yeah, I mean,
I don't think he will shut it down again.
I don't know. Declaring the emergency isn't like, declare an emergency and 5 minutes later there's a construction crew on board. Declaring the emergency is going to put it into the Supreme Court and all the district courts and all those appellate courts. So I don't know that he's going to be able to successfully do the state of emergency type.
I think he can do it because, like, when there's a natural disaster, they get money going straight away.
Yeah, but what court wants to say, a hurricane just hit your town and the president or the mayor or the governor declares an emergency? No court is going to fight that. But for this immoral, ineffective wall, there's lawyers and judges lining up to fight that.
Oh, yeah. So what I'm saying, even if he goes that route and he doesn't use that, he'll cave in again. I mean, he's caved in. I mean, let's face it, he's not the guy he pretended to be. He duped us all.
He also doesn't have any support whatsoever. The vast majority of the Republicans hate him just as much as all the Democrats do.
Oh, yeah, and his numbers are tanking.
Yep.
Big time. So, did you say you agreed with me there, Blind Shooter?
Absolutely, Rick. I mean,
good man. Oh, what happened? He started roboting on us. Hopefully he'll come back. We can get into that. So what do you think, Patriot? Are you back, Blind Shooter?
Yeah, sorry about that technical difficulty.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I don't know, I mean, I think the Democrats screwed up the most. I mean, Trump wasn't really budging at first. Like, he was set on his $5 billion, no ifs, ands, or buts. If Schumer and Pelosi had any brain cells in them whatsoever, they would have made Trump the lowest offer possible, and it would have put the ball solely back in his court, and he would have had no choice but to say, okay, fine, I'll take it. Because if he didn't, it'd be political suicide. But caving, I mean, he pretty much just pulled the trigger to the gun pointed at his head anyway.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's the point that I was making. He's got the argument that he can go back and see, look, I tried, and I gave in all these different times, and they wouldn't meet me anywhere.
Yeah, but it's not going to go that way. It's not going to go that way. Even, I mean, look at what Schumer said yesterday. Hope Trump's learned his lesson. So, I mean, they're going to do hardball on him again, and he will cave again.
I mean, I think what made him cave was the whole air traffic controllers calling out sick thing and causing the airports to shut down.
Oh, yes. I mean, it was. The country was quickly coming to a halt. And that's what made him cave.
Right. I mean, I could be a complete heartless bastard for thinking this, but okay, the government shut down, people aren't getting paid. What did everyone who lost their jobs during the recession do? They went out and they got another job. Okay, yeah, you're not making federal money, but you know what? A job's a job, paycheck's a paycheck. Support your family whichever way you can.
Absolutely.
I say shut down at least half of the government permanently anyway. If this shutdown hasn't shown the American people the truth that a quarter of the government shut down, a quarter of it, and 800,000 people without jobs or without paychecks, all this nastiness over one quarter of the government, our government is way too big and needs to be chopped down into smaller pieces.
Oh
Shut
yeah.
half of it down today, and just like I'll be not nice. Screw you. Get a new job. If you work for
Yeah.
the government and your job gets canceled because it's unnecessary, do something else. I have no pity for you.
Exactly. I mean, it's not beneath you to go get a job flipping burgers at McDonald's. It's a paycheck. Be happy that you're getting it.
Yeah, I didn't listen. I've been, trying to stay away since last Wednesday, so I've been avoiding it. But you said that he caved because of with the air traffic controllers where they were calling in sick.
Yeah, like a whole
Didn't
bunch of air traffic controllers and
you
TSA
know what
agents
he
were
should
calling
have?
in sick.
He should have took a note from President Reagan where he says, "Fine, you guys want to walk off the job, you don't want to be there, you're fired."
Yeah, but
He should have just
unions
did it.
now,
Well,
unions
that
kind of
doesn't
have a say
matter.
in that.
That's what they did back then, where the unions were going to go on strike. He says, "Fine, you go on strike, you're out of a job."
Yeah,
Which
that's
whatever.
right. He
I
did.
don't know. You just said air traffic controller, and that came
Yeah,
to
yeah,
mind.
that was
But
part of it. TSA, a lot of TSA called in sick and everything else, and it was starting to call him, and he just caved in. We can dress it up. They can dress it up all they like. He caved, and it's showing me he is not the president we thought he was.
so
He was.
so just as a quick recap for anybody that's like me and have been avoiding it, what he reopened the government or something?
Yeah, for 3 weeks.
No.
Yeah, for 3 weeks, and this is where he's trying to get out of not caving. Is they've got 3 weeks to come up with a deal for his border security.
So he basically just gave them it's just been a vacation, paid vacation then. So
Oh yeah,
they were promised that they're going to get back pay for all the time that they've been there, right?
absolutely.
Well, that must be nice.
It's a paid vacation, and not only that, it's you know,
Well, plus he said, all the government has been running around. The Democrats running around and a bunch of Republicans. Open the government and then we can negotiate. The government's reopened and let's see how much negotiating they do.
Mm.
The only thing they're negotiating on is to what vacation spot they're going to spend our tax dollars on next.
yeah. Roosted says it's about time that it's taken me this long to figure out Trump's not who I thought he was. You're right there, Roosted. I guess I was wishing that he was going to live up to what he promised us. I was really hoping he was different to anybody else, but he's not. He's exactly the same. It's all about him, Screw us. Screw the Second Amendment.
I mean, come the election next year, I'm still going to vote for him because a vote's a vote. And I'd rather toss my vote towards him than some dumb rat, but.
Yeah, I don't know but even I don't think personally, I don't. I think he's going to be a one-term president. We're going to have
Definitely.
Democrats back in. I really do, because he has screwed it up. Unless something miraculous happens between now and the start of the campaign for next. 2020's already started, but it really gets rolling next year.
Yeah, look at how many Democrats already are saying, well, we're running for president in 2020. We're running. The list has already about maybe 20 freaking dumb rats on there. And I keep saying dumb rats. I apologize to the Roden family.
It's the same thing that Trump did. One of them, like Bloomberg, for instance, running, right? He's going to put up $200 million of his own money.
He can put up any amount of money he wants. I have
That's
so
right.
much freaking dirt on him. I'm waiting to let it go.
But he can do that. But the problem is, so when they have a primary, right? If there's only 2 or 3 of them, where the 100% is split between 3 of them, so you're normally going to get a better winner. When there's 20 on the ballot, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to have such a low figure that he might win with only 18%, but everybody else has only got 15. You know what I'm saying? Because it's split out amongst them all. It sucks, really. It really does.
Roosted out in the chat made a good point. He said left arm and right arm, but still on the same monster. And that's where we're at. As long as we continue to think that we'll be able to elect somebody from the pool of the snakes that we got now, the lesser of the two evils. If we always continue to think that we're going to have to vote for the lesser of two evils, we're screwed. So all we're going to get is the lesser of two evils. And I've talked about it before. The only way to fix that in the ballot box is if I vote for Rick, because he said that he'll give everybody $1 every Friday. And then the first Friday, second Friday, third Friday comes around and there's no dollar. The very next election, if you can't be primaried before then, you're out. And then make everybody know that, okay, then Blind Shooter gets elected and says, I'll give everybody $1. And as soon as he breaks his promises, you're out. That's going to take many, many, many years of doing before people start understanding that they'll get voted out. There'll be one-term mayors, senators, congressmen, presidents, dog catcher. But I just don't think that the American public has got the Constitution to do that. And half the people in the country don't care, and then half of the other half don't know what they're talking about.
Well, not only that, but I mean, half this country is too dumb to realize that just because you voted on party lines your entire life doesn't mean that's what you have to do. You can vote for the third party or fourth party, whoever else is on the ticket. Like, the world's not going to end just because you're a registered Republican and you vote third party candidate.
You're right. But unfortunately, those third or fourth parties do not have a big enough standing. So basically, you're giving your vote away.
They don't have a big standing because, and I could be wrong, because we've seen this with the New York governor race, the media doesn't give them any freaking coverage at all. The media is bought by the Democrats and the Republicans. ABC, NBC is bought by the Democrats. CBS and Fox are bought by the Republicans.
Oh, yeah.
You also got to take into consideration there hasn't been a worthwhile third-party candidate anywhere for as far as I ever know. You know,
well, the last one that was any decent was that Texas oil billionaire,
Ross Perot, and they told him that they were going to kill his kids.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, but Midnight Range and Patrick both said if we get a Democrat in or Bloomberg in, you might as well kiss your rights goodbye. It's going to happen. I was just reading about Venezuela this morning.
Record.
How America's going to be. So I don't know. What I can't understand. You're from New York, right? Right, Blind Shooter.
Smack dab heart in the belly of the beast, New York City.
How in the hell can you keep voting for Schumer?
For the record, I do not vote for him. The rest of New York does. I do not.
But I mean, why? You know what I'm saying? Thank you. I mean, I'm stealing this from a radio presenter. Thank you, New York, for Schumer. Thank you. Jesus Christ.
It's because New York City has too many Democrats as opposed to the upstate half of New York. The upstate half, if you look at the previous election, all voted either Republican or a third party. The fact remains that because New York City has an overwhelming amount of Democrats, we're never going to get anywhere.
Yep. And that's what's happening to like Illinois now.
Mm-hmm.
Those Democrats are controlling the state when a lot of the state is very gun friendly.
That's why a lot of these states, like Texas, used to be red, and now it's going purple.
That's right.
Before you know it, it'll be blue.
No, it will. It's guaranteed. Arizona's going the same way. You know. So
Those who forget history are doomed to repeat it.
that's right, and everybody seems to forget it. Oh well. Anybody got anything else to say on this matter before we move on to my next topic?
Yeah, you're running for president in 2020?
Thinking about it.
Thank God.
I just say any third party out there that wants to throw money my way, you can advertise on my channel.
As long as you give us $1 every Friday, Patriot.
Yeah, I'm a total sellout. If the money's right, anybody can advertise on my channel.
Yeah, you can advertise. I've got a couple extra channels that you can advertise on as much as you want.
Oh yeah, same here. Same here. But I tell you what, I was reading that article this morning from that Democrat who quit his position to run for president. Then 11 days. It's been 11 days since he announced. Now he said he's not running because he said when he was in high school, or when he was in primary school or elementary school, primary school's English, in elementary school, that the teachers told him anybody could be president. And he says, no, you got to be rich. You got to come from a rich background or have such supporters behind you who have money. You got to have money to be the president of the United States today. Whether it's your own or your super backers. The ordinary man like me and you cannot be president. I'm afraid. I mean, I believe him too. And he's a Democrat, and I honestly believe him on that one. God, am I becoming a leftist? Can you guys hear me? I'm not hearing anything.
I hear it.
Okay.
Yeah. We're just being polite today and not talking over top of everybody.
Yeah.
We lost Blind Shooter. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe they could. Maybe the
Schumer got him.
Come to his house and got him. You know. So, yeah. All right. My next topic is the NRA. I've lost. I mean, like the president of the United States, I've lost faith in him. I've lost faith in the NRA. But I know when I've said this before, anything after but is bullshit. So, so I won't say but. However, it doesn't seem that it's affected them. I mean, is it just us here on gun channels on YouTube, this little small community of a few thousand people think the NRA is crap because they seem to still be chugging along, doing their thing. You don't see any mass stuff in the papers or on the internet saying how bad they are, except for our little community.
Yeah, I brought that up. If you go to your gun shop, I mean, it's hard to hear anybody talking, either way. I mean, you'll hear the guys that you talk to all the time, but there's the big shop that's by me. You can walk in there and there'll be people talking about just everything is great, and it's like they don't even know any of these bills are coming through, or it's just they don't pay attention. And so that's why you got to be the loudest person in the room so they hear you, I guess. Or whisper, because I hear you. If you whisper, people listen better.
Yeah.
I don't know, because it's true though. If like at my shop, the shop I like is a smaller shop, and so they all think I'm crazy in there. But the big shop, you can walk in there and there's people that I'm sure you could walk up to at least 80% of them, and they wouldn't know anything about any bad bills going through in Illinois or New York or Oregon or Washington or anywhere else, because it's just what they watch is their local news, and they just get their head in the sand, I guess.
And the NRA is looking out for us.
Yeah, they throw their couple dollars and they just don't see anything. So, I mean, that's why I mentioned it before that, do you really think that there's, a huge majority out there, even the biggest channels here, that in the gun channels, section of social media, what do you got? 100,000, 200,000 people at most. I mean, you don't see millions and millions of people following all this stuff. I mean, a lot of the big channels, they don't mention any of the stuff that's going on. So is there that many people out there that actually knows what's going on? Besides, you have the thousands of people that are into it every day, and then you have, maybe a little bit more than that they talk to, but two or three times down the road, does anybody even hear this stuff?
Yeah.
So make sure you share it and you get it out there, even if people think you're crazy.
Yeah. Real quick, if anybody's on gun channels, I put the link in the chat there if you want to join the panel. Now, Midnight Range you've got to fake it till you make it. Even the NRA is hurting. They won't let on. They wouldn't want to show weakness, but I'm sure they realize they are losing popularity. That's what I'm saying. Are they really? We hear it amongst our couple of thousand people we got here in our little gun community on YouTube. But in the big scheme of things, I don't see anything. I'm not saying the NRA. I'm talking about from other people.
Yeah. One thing I did notice, because I throw up the bump stock thing, especially like on Twitter. But if you go to any of the big names of the NRA, their spokespeople, and you mention it, they'll ban you right away. So I'm sure they know, and they have people handling their accounts know about it, and they don't want that stuff thrown out there so that everybody else. But
every now and then, my internet or my sound stops, and I don't hear anybody for about a few seconds. So what was that last thing you were saying? Talk to me, Patriot.
Can you hear me?
I can. But what I'm saying is my internet cuts out on me.
Oh, okay. Well, my phone's kind of on low battery, so it goes to hibernation. So I could be talking to myself for all I know. But yeah, with those people though, like the chick and the guy and this guy and whatever of the NRA, that when they post stuff on Twitter or whatever, I'm sure they have people that do that for them, especially if they're snooty and larger than life, whatever. But I've not that I've got banned from anybody yet, but I've heard that they ban people that mention anything that's even. Well, I guess it's not remotely controversial. I mean, bump stocks isn't something that's just a small little thing, but they try. I think they try to hide it from the masses. But even though you look at any of the feeds and read some of the responses, just for the NRA puts out something, a tweet about say that guy that shot 3 people that were trying to rob his house out of the 5 with his AK last week in Texas or whatever. There's so much negative stuff from the anti-gunners and crazies out there that it's hard to find regular pro stuff. So a lot of the nitpicking and the bad things about like bump stocks and whatever that they're doing, I think a lot of that just gets lost and thrown in with the anti-gunner stuff. And so that that anybody that's pro NRA or pro, just out there and don't know everything that's going on, they just see comments or anything like that, and they just kind of throw it off to, oh, that's just those crazy, anti-gunners. And I don't say leftists, I say anti-gunners because there's just as many Republicans as the other ones. So
yeah. You're
but
right.
so they throw a lot of stuff out there, but I'm sure that to the average person, I mean, unless they personally know you or they follow you and they understand that you're Second Amendment focused, that they're not going to even see that. And I'm sure it just blows by. I mean, that's why people like Twitter, because nobody pays attention to stuff unless it's controversial or it's caught you in a snafu.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I was just going to say I noticed the NRA is taking credit for that court case in the Supreme Court. Because
Oh, they're going to.
the what?
Sure.
Oh yeah, they're taking credit for it. You know that we've taken this to the Supreme Court. We're behind it. You know, but I don't know. I mean, we have. I mean, as Harrison Tony says. I mean, there's seven. You take sort of like the three, sort of like biggest YouTube channels on who have guns. There's, maybe there's 7 million subscribers. You would think, wow, but not all of them are. When I was saying the 100,000 or so people here in our little gun community, I was talking about people who actually have YouTube channels who do a lot of speaking. And honestly, I don't want to upset anybody or piss anybody off, but if I do, oh well. Is over half of those people on. I'll use Hickok for instance. Half of those people who sub to him is what I call teeny boppers. They're kids, who don't
or foreigners
have,
or
yeah. So I mean, it's yeah. I mean, they're going to be maybe future gun people. Hopefully, if it's not all taken away before they get of age.
Well, if you think about it the other way, right? Okay, so I don't know if you can see on YouTube how many people you subscribe to personally, right? You think about how many people you actually subscribe to, and then in just a given day, how many people actually come up in your preferred list, or your inbox kind of thing.
Yeah.
That is nowhere near the people that obviously you follow. I mean, unless you're just getting into it or whatever.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure you got thousands and thousands of people you watch that I couldn't remember. The half of them, or 16th of them. Maybe.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that there's so much that goes by. Just because you're subscribed doesn't mean they ever see any of your stuff from that first video they subscribed to.
Oh, yeah.
Which that just might be me, but you can only push Night Strike down on the list so many times before his stuff comes up. I'm kidding about Night Strike. He did help me out finding that bayonet and sling for that SKS. So I thanked him, but I don't believe he even watched any of my little shows.
Okay. Oh, let me do the quiz from last week. I've gone past that. Oh, hell, we've been going 45 minutes already. So the quiz for last week was to win the Stand Your Ground hat and big envelope here full of my sticker. I got business cards from gun channels, and I said my sticker there, and some other stuff here, and Spartan Arms out of Las Vegas. Squib sent me some stuff from them, so he asked me to plug them. So there's one of their stickers in here too, and that was the prize for the question, which was. Hang on, let me get my thing here. Was in the TV show The Rockford Files. I wanted to know in the very first pilot episode what gun was he using to shoot at the airplane, and in the second season, what was the gun in which he used to hide in the cookie jar? And the answer was. On the first one that he shot was a Smith & Wesson Model 19 snub that he used. And what he used to hide in the cookie jar was a third-generation Colt Detective Special. That was the answers. Now, I thought that was pretty easy, really. But would you believe, I must be losing my popularity, because I had a total of 3 entries. That was it. I even gave the question out on Wednesday's show. So with my little doodly bopper here that does my random selections for me, I will draw a winner. And it's Gizzard Gary. He's won again. damn, you know. So I mean, with 3 people entering, you know, you stand a damn good chance of winning multiple times. You know.
Well, congratulations, Gary.
I mean, that's why Rich White doesn't enter so much anymore because he won so much, you know. But so Gizzard Gary's the winner for that. And I have another quiz. I have my last. This is my last one of the America Stand Your Ground hats. This is it. With that hat, I've also got a Spartan Arms big sticker. It's a big one. And I've also got some business cards. I got my sticker in there, plus that pistol patch. Not a sticker, that's a patch. So all that's the prize for this coming one. Oh, and my little tiny trading card. And that's for the question this coming week. And I'll give that out in about 15, 20 minutes. The question for that one. So
That's a pretty good swag pack.
that is. So there we go. So anyway, moving on. I must be boring people because we keep losing people on the panel here. I'm down to 2 people. Oh well. Okay.
Well, Von Shooter put in the chat that he keeps getting kicked out.
Oh, okay.
He's having connection problems.
All right, no problem. Yeah, I know.
Can I mention?
Yeah, go
Can
on.
I mention the winners of that giveaway for the Shooting with Disabilities? I searched and finally found my envelopes, which I had to have my daughter give me a hand finding them because, well, in the office I've got way too much stuff. So I did find them. They are full, and I printed out 3 of the 4. I still don't have an address for. Now I say Pawnery, but I don't know if that's actually the right one. Okay, because I know in Sean,
I've got his email address. Do you want to be emailed? I got his email that you can.
Okay, yeah. If you shoot that over to me, that'd be cool. Now, because I thought that's G always says I think Sean Pawnery, and so I wanted to make sure it was the right one because I know on gun channels
he's the one that's on the daytime chat with me all the time.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought it was him, but I wanted to make sure that I wasn't, on that video where I said who won, I wasn't congratulating somebody wrong.
And who
like
else?
I always call Rick, just to bug him.
Have you got his email?
Yeah, I've got his stuff.
How about Psycho? I got his email here somewhere.
Yep, I've got GA Trucker 69, and I always call it Psycho. Does he go by Psycho or Sicko?
I call him Psycho.
Okay, yeah, that's.
You got his email? He's in the chat. He's in the chat right now.
I've got his address.
316.
Yeah. So I've got everybody's except for Sean's address.
Okay, I'll send that to you. I'll send that to you after the show's over. All
okay.
Right?
See, I'm dragging my feet. And I'm wasting all this extra valuable time. So I did stuff the envelopes full of all sorts of random stuff. Of course, remember I am a blind guy, so it might be
Yeah. Oh yeah, and also
might just be a surprise.
And also, I want to say we're talking about prizes. The people that have won prizes off me in the last few weeks, I only mail them out through the way it's easier for me financially to do it once a month. So your things are all enveloped. I mean, not all enveloped. They're all taped up, boxed and addressed, ready to go. And so, so I normally have 3 or 4 boxes to send out once a month. That's how I do it now. I'm sorry about that, but that's how it works with me. So, anyway. Oh, yeah, Psycho 360 said, yes, it's pronounced Psycho.
Okay, good. But I didn't want to call him a sicko because, that name fits
said,
way too many people.
Norris calls him that. Yeah. So, okay. Night Strike's joined us.
Oh no, I do apologize for mentioning Night Strike.
Yeah, you mentioned Night Strike and he shows up. It's amazing how that works.
Speak of the devil and he shall appear.
Yes.
Did you see that little plug I did for you in my top 5 purchases of 2018? You probably didn't even see it, did you?
I didn't get a chance to yet. I'll go back and look at it. All right.
I haven't watched it yet either. You done a plug for Night Strike?
No, not an official one that anybody would see. Because I had to do it like incognito in the middle of a video and under my breath. But I did.
Patriot Matt said this the other night. Never enough ammo, and it's just there's so many of us doing videos and content out there that we can't. A single person can't watch everybody's video all at the same time. It's just impossible.
Oh,
no. I try and watch the ones. If you point them out, I'll go and watch them. But otherwise, I'm working on my own videos.
Yeah, I was just thanking you for the link for the bayonet and sling for the original stuff for that Chinese SKS I got. So I just kind of threw that in there in the midst of the top 5 firearm purchases of 2018 on my channel. If you want to go watch it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of places to get that stuff from. So,
yeah. Okay, my next topic, we barely touched on it on Wednesday. I said I was going to bring this up. Is with us carrying, concealed carry and stuff, is okay. Everybody knows, well, everybody should know that I'm in a 12-step program. And when you go to one of these meetings and stuff, they love hugging each other, when you meet somebody. And when they're hugging you, you got to make sure you try to get them to put their hands higher. I don't want them to feel the gun on my side. So, I mean, how do other people get around it? Or don't you let people touch you?
That's actually a good question.
You could move to Maryland and then everybody's disarmed, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, let's not do that. I don't normally like hugging people unless it's family. Just there's a whole thing. So normally I just shake people's hands.
See, I have family that would be freaked out if they knew, that I carried, just because that's the kind of people they are. And so normally my side that I carry on, that arm is just lower. And so that kind of just slides under their arm. So their arm is always higher. But being a blind guy, that's one of the bonuses of being a blind guy is I get to hug a lot of women.
Yeah. Well,
because you gotta I can't see you, so
yeah. No, what I was saying in this 12-step program too, women love hugging you when you walk in, but what you got to learn when a woman hugs you doesn't mean she wants you.
No.
She's just saying hello nine times.
Oh yes. Don't go getting all Night Strikey creepy on you.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, Rick, is you learned that the hard way.
No, but if you keep your strong side or whatever lower, like almost kind of waist height, and reach up higher with your weak arm, people gravitate to that. So they wouldn't even notice, and I don't really care. If I hug somebody and they feel it, then it'll kind of spur up that let's talk about the Second Amendment thing. So, but you got to remember who you're hugging or who you're coming in contact with.
Yeah, you're right. But what I'm saying is, even when you go to a 12-step meeting, it's not only, guys will come up and give you a quick, sort of slap on the back, hug type thing, because it's a fellowship, So
right.
But then again, seriously, if they're not, gun people in the gun life kind of thing, most of them wouldn't even pay attention to it. I mean, if they hit something hard on your side, it's a phone. I mean, I don't think anybody ever carries their phones on their belts anymore, or they might. I don't know. I carry it in your pocket, but
Yeah,
I don't think they would even realize, you know. You know, they might question it. It's not like they're going to see it. You know, if they just feel something hard there, then, you know.
Yeah. Well, hey, she might say, "Are you happy to see me?" You know.
Yeah. Or you just say, "Oh, that you know, don't." If they bring it up, you can, you know. I mean, I'm honest. I don't care, but
I mean,
you know, you might say it's a medical device or a your.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, luckily, I mean that's where I was going. I do mostly what you said there. Is I'll keep that arm low, for they have to go higher up on it when they're hugging me on that side.
Yeah,
you know?
And you lean your head that way, then that makes their head go to the other side.
Yeah, sort of thing, and that's how I do it. But I've had 2 people when I went to a meeting. I've had 2 people caught me off guard. You know, got the hug in before I could do anything, and they felt it. You know, and one of them didn't say a word. The other one said, "What's that?" And I told him.
Tell him your pager.
You know,
say I'm old. I have a pager.
No, I told him. I said, "No, that's my." I said, "That's my. That's my concealed carry weapon," is what I told them. You know, and their eyes got real big, but you know, they go, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." And you know, and then I sort of turned away and went and got me a cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? But normally I try not to let people touch it. You know.
Yeah, you can use that as a conversation starter too, depending on the situation. I mean, obviously, if you're, you know, but I don't know how many people you actually go around hugging besides in a certain situation. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Normal everyday stuff, no. But I was talking about. I mean, this one, normal. But I mean, put it this way: when I lived in Rhode Island in Wesley, right? I would say it was 85% Italian town. They were huggers. Everybody hugs you, you know, and it was hard to get away from. So that's why I was bringing it up. You know, just wondering how anybody handled it. So anyway, so there you go. So you know how to do it now. Keep decide your gun on. Keep that arm low.
And lean your head that direction too. Because if you put your head that way, they're gonna put their head on the other side. And
yeah. So to me, I found that's the easiest way of doing it.
To the left or to the right?
You lean it to whatever side that you're strong on.
It's my right, so I keep my right arm low and lean to my head to the right.
Okay, I get it now.
And that forces them to go the other way.
Yeah, because then you know, you never put your arm high on the side you lean your head unless you're a weirdo.
Okay.
Yeah, but well,
Patriot, you are as weird as they come.
You know, as I said, I try not to. But 2 people have touched it and asked me what it was. Well, one of them asked me, the other one didn't say a word, and I told them what it was, and you know, their eyes got big, but they didn't say anything else about it. So, I mean, as Midnight Range says, if you tell people, you know, oh yeah, it's my firearm, you know, and they realize normal people carry, so it's not a scary thing, you know.
Yeah.
So, that's I mean, that was thing.
I mean, I wouldn't shy away from it. I mean, you know, it's something that, you know,
you gotta own it.
You might not want everybody to know just because of, you know, whatever situation you're in. You know, maybe you're, I don't know. Doesn't bother me because I usually don't hug, you know, the criminals that are coming after me or anything.
I don't think anybody does. Well, no, I take that back. Maybe the Democrats do.
Yeah. Well, anyway, real quick, I'm going to give you the question to my quiz for this week. And I'm glad Night Strike's here because he might be able to answer the next question that I've got. So for this week, it's my last America Stand Your Ground hat. My last one.
Okay, let me jump out so I can give you the answer.
It's an email question.
Package of goodies here that go along with it. And the question is, it's another 2-parter, and you're going to love this one, right?
Oh,
what I want to know is the Irish Army, right?
Hold on, the Irish Republic Army, or are we talking? Are we talking the Northern Ireland Army?
I'm not talking about the terrorist army.
No.
The actual military.
There's the Republic of Ireland Army, okay? And then there's the Northern Ireland Army, which is part of the UK.
I'm not talking about the part of the UK. I'm talking about the other side.
Okay, you're talking about the Republic of Ireland.
Yes.
Okay.
Their army. Right? They have an army. They have a standing army, believe it or not.
Do.
What I want to know is, what is their assault rifle, for lack of a better term? Because they have different, they have a sniper rifle and a machine gun. I want to know what their actual, for lack of a better word, what make and brand is their assault rifle. Or sporting rifle, as the American sporting rifle. I'm not saying it's an AR-15, but I'm not trying to use the word assault rifle as the anti-gunners use it as. I was just trying to differentiate the different type of guns they have.
Their duty rifle.
Duty rifle, that's it. That's the correct word I'm looking for. Duty rifle. Thank you. So I want to know what their duty rifle is. And the second part of that question is, I want to know what their duty sidearm is. And email me at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or at spottedrick@gmail.com. So there we go. Has everybody got the question?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. And it's whatever it is, it's 42 of them. Yep. You're right.
I know.
So you can't enter.
I know. But if anybody wants, I will sell them the answer.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. Now back to one of my topic questions here. I was listening to Caliber Corner this morning.
Yeah.
And
you fell asleep during the scope chat, I assume.
Oh God, tell me. But I agree with Squib. That was boring as hell, all that shit. No, but what host said, Travis P11.
Yeah. Scopes are a fad.
That YouTube is coming up with some new rules. Do you know what they are, Night Strike?
I have heard. I haven't seen anything concrete yet, but I've heard that they're imposing new rules, and these rules look to be like they're trying to clamp down on anybody not on the left. And it's weird. How can you make that your rules when you say you're a platform for creative expression and ideas and free speech? It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
Do you have any specifics?
They're clamping down on people who use bad language as well.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to clean hit or miss up. And clean up the Friday Night Strike and probably clean up a lot of things.
I'm going to have to clean up this show a little bit because sometimes I get carried away too.
But I haven't code 102 on your show yet today, so figure that one out.
Hey, I was thinking when you said they're only going to let the people with the left have channels, that means Yankee Marshall's going to be okay.
No, Yankee's independent now. He's come out and said he's independent. He's not on the left anymore.
Oh, okay. All right.
So yeah, even Yankees going down too.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, all right. I mean, that's what I was just wanting to know because I said I haven't seen anything on those rules. So,
So,
unknown user said, I just emailed my answers to this week's quiz. Is there a prize for the quickest answer? No. That's like there's no prize for being first in a chat either.
No, and he might decide to, see who has the right answers. And of the people who has the right answers, he might just decide to, put their names in a hat and pick one of them out.
Yeah.
Well, that's how he does it.
We have no idea how Rick does his whole who wins scenario.
Well,
you do if you watch his show.
I use.
With you?
I don't know. I mean, I open up these. I got 3 pages open right here, and what I hide them behind everything else. So when I bring up my page that has my random picker on it, it won't screen share. somehow I can't get it to sync up with these three. It's weird. I'll try to explain it to you later, but not right now. So you might be able to tell me how to do it nice right later on.
Right.
But it won't sync up. And that's why I never show it on screen, because I keep trying every week to figure out how to do it, and I haven't figured it out yet. But I use a random picker at random.org or random.com. I can't think of the name of it right off the top of my head right now.
Okay.
Hang on, where is it? Let me see if I can find it. What is it? It's randomresult.com is who I use. And I use the one that, for hell, let me go back to it now, since I've got the Winter Gives of Gary. Yeah, it has different things on it. You can it's got rolling dice. You can pick numbers in a range. You can do bracket. It can generate brackets for you if you're into brackets on your show. And it got pick items. That's the one I use for the winners here. So, but I haven't figured out how to sync it yet with doing this sort of like separate page here. But anyway, I'll talk to you about it later. But anyway, okay. So, where were we going? I can't remember now. What were we talking about? Oh, YouTube and the rules. So if that's true, they're going to cut. Oh, he also mentions that, I'm not big enough to earn money anyway or anything like that, but I never get any marks against my channel for anything. I've only been hit twice for copyright that I didn't think they were copyright because it was advertised as free music.
I've only been hit for copyright once, and it was just because of a video, because I was in a PSA. I was taking video of a PSA, and apparently they hit me. The algorithms hit me because Led Zeppelin was playing in the background on the PA speaker. They hit me for that. That's the only time I've been hit.
Well, both times I got hit was using free YouTube music off their own website when they had that, thing, and it was on both my cat videos, bastards.
And here's the funny part, Rick. If you watched the actual original part of that video, you could not hear it. You could not hear the music, but apparently YouTube could.
Unknown user said he's going to report my chat, for I won't feel left out.
No, don't you dare.
Oh, the government says that corporations can censor any speech they want. That was from Vanessa. Oh, no, I'm not asking for a strike. Oh, no, I wasn't talking about a strike. They was.
You've already got a night strike here.
Yeah. Or it's.
That's bad enough.
Because what Caliber Corner was saying, he gets a strike every week and he just appeals it or something, and they release his video or something.
No,
what are these rules?
Not suitable for advertisement.
Oh, okay, not suitable for advertising. I never get that, but I'm not big enough to advertise anyway.
Yeah, so
I don't have.
Are there any rules that are listed, or is this just all? Yeah, is there anything listed, or is this just?
I don't know where Travis got that from, because I haven't seen it written anywhere. Have you Night Strike?
No.
I'm just wondering how then you said that they're trying to shut down anybody that's not on the left side, whatever your statement was. I don't.
They're being selective in who they're allowed on their channel, but we knew that was happening anyway. So.
Yeah, but we all like Gunstreamer. We're just waiting for them to have their streaming capabilities in guntube.org.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about guntube.org. I need a hell of a lot more funding than I have to even remotely make it an alternative platform for people to use instead of YouTube. So
you hear that out there?
I understand that.
I know Midnight's out there. He's rich.
I'm doing what I can with the help I get, and I appreciate all the help I have already, because it's helping me. I rented a different server for GunTube. I've got it running on that server. I still have some bugs, but I can't fix those bugs on my own. I need more funding to be able to fix some of the bugs that are going on.
You need a sponsor.
I do. I really do need a sponsor, but at the same time, you know, I'm not sure I want a sponsor.
Yeah, see, the problem is if you get a sponsor and they get so big, then they start calling the shots.
Right.
You know?
So that's why I've been going for the crowdfunding portion, because it's a better avenue for me.
Yeah.
Because that way the users have look at it this way: the users have an investment to see the platform continue on.
Yeah. But
I'm still waiting for my coin.
Yeah. But here's a good example of where I'm saying is you have a sponsor and they call the tunes. I mean, like I got all this gear, not what you call it, sent it to me, Squibload. But the deal was I had to keep plugging Spartan Arms. He supplied the goods, but he controls the narrative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In
the pocket of Big Squib, huh?
In the pocket of Big Squib.
You know,
I wouldn't want to be in those pockets.
So Night Strike, I'm still waiting for my coin.
What coin?
Exactly. Weren't you selling coins? You know, crowdfunding with guntube.org coins? No challenge coins?
I haven't gotten those made yet because do you know how much it costs? It's pretty expensive. That's why.
Okay. I was just asking you since
I mean, all I've got right now are Second Amendment coins.
Yeah. I said I bought a bunch of, I bought a bunch of stickers, but I wanted to get patches as well. But patches, I mean, even best, unless I'm looking in the wrong places, I mean, we're looking at $3 or $4 each to buy, so it ain't cheap to get patches. So, hey, Tony, you made it back.
Yes, I did.
He's alive.
Yeah. But we were, So, got anything new?
Nope. Just
Stoop code out there?
I'm cold right now.
Yeah, Vanessa says, so if I send you 1,000 decals, you would be obligated to plug them. Well, yeah, basically. Unless you stipulate, I don't have to. If you stipulate that you got these, but I need you to plug this, well, I'm going to have to then, aren't I? So, there you go. So all I'm saying is that's what happens with a sponsor. You get somebody sponsors you, they call the tune.
Yep.
And where I get that from, actually, I mean, it's a known fact, but going back in history I'm going back into 12-step program. Back in the 30s, when it was first started, they went to Rockefeller and asked them to sponsor the fellowship or the thing itself to get it off the ground. And he said, I can sponsor it for you. Because he says, I think what you're doing, we're talking about AA. He said, I think what you're doing is absolutely fantastic. But he says, if I put up the money for it, he says, I'm calling the tunes. And he said, it will ruin what you've got. So that's what I'm saying about sponsors. You got to be careful. If you get a sponsor, you got to work out the kinks to make sure they're not calling the shots on your show.
You just say they're an ongoing donor. They're just donating.
Yes.
Maybe that's better.
Yeah. So if somebody's just donating, of course, I mean, if somebody gives me, I mean, like some of these things I give away, the person who sent me the hats didn't want to be recognized, so that's why I don't say it. But it was somebody donated them to me to give away as prizes, and that's what I do with most of my prizes. People give them to me to donate. So
that's kind of why I sent that thing directly to Knives.
Yeah, exactly. So there we go. So any more questions? I'm running out of topics here. We were you missed my topic on relationships. We were talking about what's the best way to, if you're carrying a gun, if somebody comes up to hug you or something. I mean, what I do is and what Patriot does is, like, whatever side you carry on, But you're appendix carry, though, aren't you,
Yep.
Tony? So how do you do it?
Just make them think I'm happy as hell to see them.
Yeah. You know, because I carry on my right side. So what I do is I keep the right arm low. If they're going in for a hug, I'll keep it for they have to put their arm on the outside of my arm so they won't feel it.
I just lean in a little bit so they're not really bumping against my waist. I mean, that's a little bit personal anyway.
Yeah. All right, I'm just seeing. Then I talked about the. Were you in here? You weren't in here for the Trump conversation, were you?
You started on Trump when I left.
Oh, okay. All right. He caved. I don't care what anybody says. He caved, and that's what I was saying. So we talked about.
I heard that part.
Yeah. Do you agree or disagree?
Depends on what happens in the next couple weeks.
It depends on if they give him if they don't give him. Remember what you think he said he caved and that's the end of it. But if you really listen to what he says, all right, they promised to talk about the wall later, but if they sit on their asses and they don't do anything about the wall, then he's just got to declare a state of emergency and just use the state of emergency funds to fund the wall.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, well, shit, why didn't you just do that in the first place and be done with it?
Exactly. And why, I mean, really, why didn't he do that
What's
yesterday?
stopping you?
He doesn't want to look like he's overstepping. See, now he's given to them and they don't come back and reciprocate. He's not out of line to do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
I know, but it just seems like they're getting everything they want and we're getting shit.
That's right. I mean, to me, as I said, he caved on the Second Amendment with the bump stop.
And Rick, I'm sorry for the code 102.
The what?
Yeah.
The code 102. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for cursing, but it was applicable in the sentence.
Yeah. Oh, unknown user says when people go in for a hug, I just push my pelvis way out in front of me, and they tend to back off and offer a handshake instead.
There you go.
There you go. That's how you do it, Tony. So, yeah. Oh, we talked about your Illinois state government and their bills, and you were there for that, weren't you?
Yeah, I was here for that shit.
Yeah. Then we talked about the NRA. I upset a few people on that one.
I'm gonna say who?
Well, no, were you here for that? Were you listening to the chat when I brought that?
No, I got here late.
Okay. What I'm saying is, us as a community, hang on. Patrick's asking me to reload chat. Why am I reloading for? What have I missed? I used a little chat in the sidebar, so. Oh, okay. Hang on. Oh yeah, my gun channels froze. That's what it was. It wasn't the actual. Even the little chat room froze. So okay, sorry about that, guys. So I've reloaded it, so there we go. Anyway, where I was going with the NRA was us in the gun community are very upset about them, right? But as a whole, it don't seem to affect them any. We're all pissed off about it, but they're still ticking along, doing their thing.
Well, it's affected their bottom line.
You think so?
Well, they reported losses and whatnot as far as revenue, so it's affected them via revenue because more people are joining the GOA or the Second Amendment Foundation. Which, I'm sorry, but if you're an NRA owner, you should also be a Second Amendment Foundation member. You should also be a GOA member because they're the ones actually going out and doing stuff, you know, in the courts these days, as opposed to the NRA.
Yeah.
And don't say the ILA does stuff. ILA doesn't do anything.
I know, but what I'm saying is, from what I see in the media, we complain about the NRA. We're saying they're crap and they're not doing anything. But out there in the big wide world of the United States, they're taking along still.
Well, they still got enough members to pay the bills. Then what's the point? I mean, well, you don't think they use all those millions of dollars to actually? Oh, I don't know. Defend the Second Amendment, do you?
Oh no, millions of that dollars pays their salaries.
I mean, hell, if they used at least half of that budget they have from memberships, hell, we'd have a lot more, gun rights back. But they don't.
That's not the point. That wasn't.
No, that is the point.
No, it ain't.
Not about his question. That wasn't the point. The people that are sitting here listening, that are upset about everything that's going on day to day, Illinois, all those different laws that are being pushed through, are not affecting the NRA in the same way, because we're a small group that actually pay attention every day. There's a lot of people that you go up to, they wouldn't know heads or tails of anything that we've discussed in the last 6 months, let alone the last couple of years. So there's not that, that number that are upset. Yes, there is a big number of us, but I don't see it as the majority of gun owners, or even half. I think it's a smaller group than we actually realize.
When you think of the NRA as not doing nothing, well, they're the ones that are keeping me informed on this shit that's going on in Illinois.
Oh my God, they finally do something.
And post letters for me to send into my state representatives. Now, the GOA is pretty good about national, but I don't know what 2AF does. I haven't seen shit from them.
See, that's the thing. I think the GOA does a lot of stuff that's state specific as far as the stuff that they send me. But like FPC, their stuff is my state and national. So if you send, go through one of their lists, of hey, this thing's going on, we've got to fight it. They actually include all senators that are involved in it. So it's not just sending it to your two or your reps or whatever. They actually list everybody, and that's a huge list, which is kind of nice, because then you can change the email and send all sorts of stuff to them, everybody. So,
okay, change the subject. Totally off of politics, everything else. This is what I was meant to talk about, a big part of the show. So we're going to bring it up now. We were going to talk about reloading. Somebody wanted to talk about reloading.
I'm out.
Are you?
Hi.
Don't you reload Night Strike?
No. I don't reload.
I reload magazines.
That's all I reload.
Oh, you only reload.
Don't let the door whack you in the ass, man.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is where I'm going to act drunk. Okay, so from this point on, I'm. Oh wait.
Squid.
Oh God.
So
we can put the reloading off. I ain't even no hurry to talk about it.
Okay, we'll put it off to next week.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Since SHOT Show is over and everybody's just burned out and all this new stuff, what firearms should be next on my list?
Next on your list, what, to buy?
Well, yeah, of course.
No one ain't anything good out there.
Do you own anything in 4570?
No, 3855.
That ain't the same.
No, it isn't. But rifles are fine, but I don't shoot rifles as much as handguns. No.
Who the hell is that revolver company that makes the 4570 revolver?
I don't know.
Classic had a sale on the 460 South Smith & Wesson revolvers this week.
How much?
I just seen 460 and made my arm hurt, so I didn't read
I
on
want
it.
one of those. I don't ever want to shoot it, but I want it.
Yeah.
Who the hell is that made them great? BFR.
Yeah.
I want to bring something back up on the politics side of it. Is somebody I don't know who said it. Somebody in the chat was saying, well, on this, he said Mexico was going to pay for it and all this stuff, and I know he did. And also, people call me that I'm thinking too hard about it, but I don't think he meant physically they're going to write a check to the United States for $5 billion to build the wall.
You don't think that there's been
getting tariffs and stuff like that from that Mexico pays the United States would pay for it. But anyway, that's not where I get on with this. They're going is why didn't, when we controlled both the House and the Senate and the presidency, why didn't he pass them? Because yes, we had the House and technically we had the Senate, but to pass any legislation like that, you have to have 60 votes. And we didn't have 60 Republicans in the Senate to get the votes. If we had 60 plus senators who were Republican,
we still wouldn't have got it. Because
go on.
I was just going to say, don't misconstrue, having the majority of Republicans dealing anything with the Second Amendment, because you got to realize that, just because they have a little R does not mean Second Amendment. So that's just my point. Everybody's like, well, we had both of this and this, and we had all three. It's not going to matter, because unless you have a list that are pro Second Amendment, and that's what they're actually under, 60 doesn't make a difference, because it doesn't matter if there was 60 Republicans, because they still wouldn't have 60 people backing the Second Amendment.
Well, yeah.
As per Marco Rubio with the national red flag and all that stuff.
Too short. You might have got a couple of senators to roll over, Democrat senator. But I agree with you. And if they were 2A, Mitch McConnell would have brought up last year would have brought up the national concealed carry reciprocity act. He just sat on it for the whole year, and so it died.
Well, see, that's you really have to stress that as far as being pro 2A, it doesn't mean left or right. You just have to kind of remember that, because we all fall back on that. Oh, they're lefties or this, they're that. Because it's something I'm trying to change in my mind too. That just because they're left or right or liberal or whatever, libertarian, does not mean anything with the Second Amendment. I mean,
right.
Yes, it might be a percentage, but it does not mean that they are pro.
Well, remember what Pelosi said. Their top priority, now that they have the majority, and since he's the Speaker of the House, is gun control.
Well, that's one of the things, but
and
still,
everyone in her party is behind her on that.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, and half of the Republicans are too. So don't be fooled.
But it has to get through the Senate.
I hope there's enough people there to say no to.
If it doesn't go through the Senate, it's not going to pass. But what I'm afraid of is with these flaky Republicans we have, some of these bills are going to pass, unfortunately.
Well, with the way it was before.
What the hell bills did they manage to get passed when Obama had both houses Democrat?
It's a different thing now. I believe, honestly. Here's a good example. I honestly feel I don't know if universal background checks will fly. It's got a damn good chance of going through nationally, but the one I think that's going to go through nationally is, for lack of a better word, is the red flag laws. It's going to become a federal thing. I guarantee it.
It don't have to when every state's willing to do it.
That's what. Well, yeah, but I think they're making it a federal thing. So, it would go through the House and go through the Senate, and our illustrious leader will sign it because he's not pro 2A, as he's proven to us. Yeah, he duped me. I must admit, he did. I was all for him.
One of the things I do suggest, though, is like with midterms. I know here in Michigan, the Michigan Coalition of Responsible Gun Owners, they put out a list of, basically, they sent out a survey to anybody that was running in the state, and if they didn't send it back, they weren't put on the list. But it gave them, the grade scale as far as what their voting record was and where their stance is on the Second Amendment. And to believe it or not, there was a lot of the Republicans that didn't fare well, so it's definitely something to look at and to focus on, if that is what you're, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
So just pay attention to that stuff, and I wouldn't jump onto, just anybody's list, look and make sure, check out the survey that they sent, because some of those surveys might not be all pro 2A. It might just be pro shoot a duck, So Bob's your uncle.
Yeah.
Did you get that reference there?
Yes, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bob's your uncle. That means
Bob's your uncle.
It's easy.
Yes.
Piece of pie.
I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure though. Rick, do you speak Cockney?
I haven't used it in a long, long time.
Okay.
I really
don't
haven't.
Watch Scrooge.
Do what?
So you don't watch Scrooge?
Why? When I got you here.
Nice.
I like it.
Sorry, Tony.
The letters "fuck off" mean anything?
There's your code 102 for the day.
Yes. That's a 102.
Might as well do it just up front and out loud.
I don't know. I didn't think Scrooge. No, I'm not going to say it.
When he gives
nice.
the lady a Christmas gift, when she runs down the stairs, that's the last thing she says. Bob's your uncle.
Yep. So, anyway, we're running out of stuff here, so I might run this one to a close here today.
Yeah, you've done fucking depressed me to no end.
Yeah, I know. I'm depressed too. Yeah, and I'm trying to be positive. I really am.
One thing I'll say though is I think I'm gonna have bologna for supper.
Are you fried?
Yep.
Oh, I love fried bologna. I really do. Not good for me, but I love it. I'm having hamburgers yet again. I can eat hamburgers every day of the week, 7 days a week. It wouldn't bother me.
I could too.
I just love hamburgers. So, but once I get my barbecue, once I buy a grill, because I'm doing these under the broiler, and it's okay, but it ain't the same. But once I get
midnight in the chat or something.
I'm extending the chat. Yes.
No, is midnight in the chat?
He was.
Yes, there he is.
Yeah. See,
my new nickname is Wimpy. Buy me a hamburger today, and I'll gladly pay you on Tuesday. Yeah. Yeah. I could. But once I get a grill, not only eating burgers every day, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll buy the end cuts of the sirloin steak. Where when the big old sirloin comes to an end, it goes into the New York strip, and that part between the end of the sirloin and the New York strip, we've always sold it as a sirloin steak, a little end cut. That is the most tenderest piece of steak you've ever eaten. But anyway, I would buy those, and I would grill those and make those into a sandwich. Either a hamburger or a steak sandwich every day. I I would be like a pig in shit. I really would. I'd be a pig in shit. You know.
Those sirloin tips are really good with mushrooms and onions too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Sandwich.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So there you
I
go.
had turkey bacon sliders yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they were. I had to babysit.
How can you have bacon on a slider? It can only be
Turkey.
one rasher folded over.
Turkey don't have no pork belly.
You know, a slider is only a little tiny thing, so it can only be one rasher folded over.
Well, it was I don't know, some kind of thing my daughter and her mom have came up with, and hey, I'm not one to turn down food, especially if I don't have to make it. Oh, they were great because they had I'm not going to get into how they make it because that's probably a secret. You know,
family secret.
They don't tell me very much, but
yeah,
they were pretty good. I spent 6 hours watching my daughter and her two little sisters yesterday, the blind babysitter, which was pretty good. So, yeah, you know.
I don't know how you do it. I
don't know either. I just nod and yeah, hey, you can eat that.
Yeah. It ain't babysitting if they're your own kids.
Only one is my kid, so yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah. I'm a hell of a guy, let me tell you.
You got to be trusting because they could be saying they're doing. They could. They.
Oh
might
no.
think they're being nice.
No, they're just itty bitty. They're like 3 and 2, or I don't know. They're small.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a professional at whatever I do. So you know.
Oh, okay. All right.
How the hell you know if they crawl under the couch or something?
I just yell and they like me. So what it is they really like my daughter's puppy. Well, it's not a puppy, it's just a little dog. So I bring over my ferocious beast and they spend hours chasing the dog around, playing with the dog. And so, you know, then I come home with the dog and the dog sleeps for 3 days and everything's great.
I'm not saying everybody wins on that one.
So the dog babysits. We get it.
Well, hey. That's all right. I get free food, so that's good.
Gay, is that Gay? How you pronounce it? Gabe Stark. I have 8 kids in the house right now. God damn, I'm glad you have. You know,
wow.
I mean, I had 2 sons and a stepdaughter, right? And don't get me wrong, I love my kids, I really do, but I'm not a kid person. I never was. You know, it just, I mean, I don't know what it is about kids. I just don't like them. I'm not saying I don't like them, but if I don't have to deal with them, I'm as happy as can be.
I was supposed to ask you, Rick, one of the questions that were given on the giveaway for the Shooting with Disabilities was you were supposed to say, quote, "Hey kids, get off my damn yard," or something like that, unquote.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
Oh yeah, get off my goddamn lawn. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're supposed to yell it so that it's on recording.
Yeah. Yeah, damn right. Get off my goddamn lawn. It annoys the shit out of me when kids used to do that.
The thing is that
the corner of my corner lot yard, I mean, the grass wouldn't grow right. It used to piss me off no end.
See, I figured out that if you let them kids run all over your damn yard, you didn't have to mow that shit so much.
It's true.
Yeah, it's a dirt patch. Don't mow dirt.
I know, but I mean, I used to like don't forget, in England, when this was happening, your garden, it was everything. You know what I'm saying? So I had a great backyard. You know, I had rose beds and all kinds of shit out there, a little pond and all kinds of stuff. You know? So, there we go. Anyway, let's go through the panel here for shout-outs and plugs, and we'll start with the very quiet David, the Kingpin Bowling.
Wake up.
You there, David? Maybe that's why he's quiet, because he went off somewhere.
Or he's asleep.
Yeah, we might have bored him to tears.
Mentioned reloading.
The Maryland cops came to take his guns.
Yeah. All right. Night Strike. Any plugs or shout-outs?
I'm thinking.
All right. Want me to move
you
on?
You know what? Move on and get you back to me. I'm thinking.
Okay.
I've been having audio issues. Yeah, I've been having audio issues with this thing.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
All right. Any shout outs?
Oh, yeah, check out Rickslifeasiseeit Shooting with Disabilities Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. You're right about, yeah, you're sounding kind of funny. We can hear you, but you're right. You're having issues there. So, okay. Next is the man, the legend, the myth. Night Strike. Not Night Strike. Patriot in the Dark.
Oh, man. I feel so bad. No, thanks, Rick. Another fine show. I do appreciate getting the invitation, even though I have to beg and plead for it, but I do appreciate it. Check is in the mail.
Remind me during the week that we're going to talk reloading next Saturday.
I will do that.
You know,
but yeah, if you know, just make sure you check out Rick and spread his word around. And I guess the next show I'll probably sit on will be Mr. Midnight Range TM, which is the closer on about 10:30-ish Eastern Sunday nights. And I'm planning on doing some more videos. I got some stuff lined up, but I got to work out the technical stuff because I want to do like a remote interview. But yeah, I got to figure that stuff out. So. Eventually.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Tony, any shout outs, plugs?
Not so much in the way of plugs, just catch the daily lobby that Knives runs throughout the week. And I think, and this is breaking here first, that I'm going to start doing some desktop gun review videos.
Oh,
I got the stuff to do it.
That'd be great.
Got a whole bunch of freaking guns, so I might as well.
Yeah. Hey, some reloading videos would be nice too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You could always do a blind challenge.
Yeah. Back to Night Strike.
Okay. I've got this now. Okay. Check out Hit or Miss every Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern. Check out the Friday Night Strike at 6 Eastern on Friday, obviously. And, you know, I don't know. Check out Rick's chat on Wednesdays.
All right. Thank you, guys. And I want to say, everybody, Roll Call, Psycho, Vanessa, Midnight Range, 2 Live Moo, Roosted Films. Who else came in there? Did I say Vanessa? And
Well, you said it now.
John Brown Productions. I'm trying to think who else we got. I'm trying to go through them. But anyway, then also we got Raphael on Gun Channels. We had Artisan Tony, but I think I pissed him off and he left. We got Patrick out there, Ohio, 45 ACP. And David Bolin is doing double duty in here. So I want to say thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. And I will see you all on Wednesday. We'll have a good Saturday night and see you next week.
Good day, everybody. Keep warm.